Okay, hi guys, how are you? Sorry, I'm coming at you from two different places. My audio is coming over here and my visual here. Actually, I'll turn this off because it gets too confusing. So I want to thank the ladies who showed up today, Sue, Adriana, and Suzanne. This call was designed around newbies to really give you guys some information, answer your questions, get you really set up for success starting tomorrow. Unfortunately, no newbies showed up, but that's all right. We've got some veterans in this program. Adriana's on week 5. Suzanne is going into round 2 or 3, Suzanne?
Sorry, I had to unmute. I'm going into officially 2 because I started it the first time, then I quit on myself.
But you didn't this time. She was just telling us about her awesome results, and I'm going to get her to share that with us too. And Sue, you're going into round 3, round 2, round 3, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to talk a little bit about the program. We're going to keep this 15 minutes, and then I'm going to call on the girls and just ask them a few questions of their experience with the program, okay? First of all, I want to preface this, and I'm sure Suzanne is really, really, really going to talk about this as well. Your results, you're going to get strong, you're going to get lean, you're going to find that you're more functionally fit than you've ever been. And what does that mean? That means your flexibility is going to improve. If you have back injuries, arm injuries, neck injuries, knee injuries, whatever, as long as you are being careful and showing good form, you're going to find support, ease, compared to other programs. I was talking to one girl who started this program. Of course, she's sitting in a desk all day, working remotely. And of course, she doesn't have like ergonomic stuff at home that she did in her office. And she was getting back pain, hip pain. After 3 days of doing Barre Blend, she said it was completely gone. So this is the reason I love this program, because I myself slipped discs in my neck, back. I have bad knees, but one of them is actually a torn meniscus. I have 2 wrist injuries to the point where I bought a new vacuum today, and my vacuum handle is so bad I have to return the $400 vacuum because it just doesn't work for me. So I have major pains, like sometimes even driving is hard for my hands. So holding heavy weights is not an option for me anymore. I like herniated disc in my neck and shoulder impingements. So a lot of people would be like, what are you doing? Barre Blend has been a godsend. And I know a lot of girls and a lot of women, even my husband, can talk about the fact that he's waiting for his 7th knee surgery and has had 13 surgeries, shoulders, bicep tears, knees, you name it. And he loves Barre Blend, okay? He's not doing another round with us because it's not his thing. I get that. It is a little girly, but it is tough. Okay, so first of all, guys, you're going to be have some sort of muscle tenderness or soreness for 8 weeks. I'm going to say that one more time in case you didn't hear. You are going to be sore for at least 8 weeks. Yes, this is an 8-week program. Sandra's like, oh, I don't know if I like that. But this is seriously going to change your body. So there's 2 things I want to point out for you. You really need to make sure you know the difference between muscle soreness and pain. So I got up to week 5 of 10 rounds. I felt pain in my low back. I know what that is. It's a recurring injury. It's too much twisting for me. I went back to Barre Blend. That is a pain. I woke up this morning after doing leg day yesterday on week 8, and I could barely walk down the stairs. That's after 2 full rounds, okay? That is, whoa. Thank God today is a rest day. Fuel myself, eat well, drink lots of water, get some rest, and my body is rebuilding stronger, leaner, more flexible muscles. So there's a difference in knowing that feeling muscular pain means that you've actually done the work properly. So don't let that feeling of being uncomfortable be a bad feeling. Brag about it. That's what Shailene Johnson always says. Brag about it. Be like, oh my God, my abs. Do your abs hurt? What you do today? Sit and watch Netflix? Well, my abs hurt. Do you know what I mean? Like, be proud that you worked your body so that it is breaking down old muscle and rebuilding new, lean, stronger muscle. Okay. And that's so important. So please know that if you do not have a recovery shake, you might want to invest in the recovery. Okay. Adrian's like, I remember her saying that last week. So your Shakeology is your superfood shake. Okay. It is chock full of incredible dense nutrition. Of course, that is going to serve you so well to take after your workout to rebuild. Some people like to drink it before their workout for energy. There's no wrong time. However, if that's not enough to help with your soreness, please know we have chocolate recovery shake that has BCAAs, 2 different types of protein, fast release, slow release, as well as glutamine. And what glutamine and BCAAs do is they flush out the lactic acid in your muscles, which is actually what's causing the pain, okay? And the BCAAs are building blocks to rebuild your muscles, okay? So that recovery shake works. I have people who are runners and have never lifted a weight in their life, and they use it and cannot believe the difference. And it comes in a stack with your pre-workout and your post-workout, okay? So of course, for your best results and to feel really good going through it, I would recommend using your Shakeology plus your performance stack, okay? But just make sure that more than anything, I'm gonna get Suzanne to talk a little bit about this. Your nutrition is 80 to 90% of your results. So if you go through these 8 weeks and you don't dial into your nutrition, whether it be your ultimate portion fix or your 2B mindset, we do have a brand new 8 weeks starting of our 2B mindset in our Facebook group. So if you're not a part of that VIP nutrition program, reach out to your coach. We will hook you up. We've got, so you could do 8 weeks of the nutrition program and 8 weeks of Barre Blend together to get those optimum results. And that's what Suzanne just went through, and her results were off the hook. So the next thing I want to kind of talk to you guys about is giving yourself grace as well. I've been exercising now for 13 years. And when I first started Barre Blend, and I was coming off the hardest program that we have in our repertoire, I was coming off of 6 weeks of the work. Okay. And I didn't modify that shit. I was like, I had to stop the last 2 weeks because my wrists were so bad. I couldn't even act. I was in wrist braces. Okay. But I didn't modify that program. I was in great shape and everything like that. I went into Barre Blend and I couldn't do 5 in a row. Okay. So I want to let you know how incredible this is that you are doing. Like, you're going into this program. Yes, it's low impact. Yes, it's for every fitness level, but I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be challenged, and be excited about that. Be excited. Sandra, you're going to rock it. She's like, shit, why did I say I was going to do this? So literally, this is what I did, is you have 2 rest days on the weekend. Please use those rest days where it works for you. Use those rest days where it works for you. I am not an A-type personality by any means. I just realized I posted the wrong link to this call in the group, and I posted, like, I'm not an A-type personality. Suzanne had to tell me that I posted 2 different links. So I try to understand, because I know a lot of people are. I have 2 sisters who are, but I need you to realize that there's no such thing as perfection in this. It's just about progress. If you show up for yourself every day, I don't care what that looks like, as long as it works for you and you're showing up for yourself every day. So how I did it was day 1, 2, and 3. And then after cardio, was it after cardio? Yes. No, yeah. After cardio, I was usually pretty sore. And actually day 4 core, ironically, is very, very, very difficult. Okay. So I would go 3 days, then take a rest day. I'd go for a walk. I'd do yoga. I would be active, but I would let my body rest. And then I would do day 4 and day 5 together. and then I would have my second rest day on Sunday. So I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, rest Thursday, Friday, Saturday, rest Sunday. That's what worked for me. Please find out what works for you. Do not insist that you do 5 days in a row, not feel motivated to do it, feel overwhelmed, or not enjoy it because you feel like you want a rest day, but you're A-type personality, which is nothing wrong with it. You're very successful, driven people. Do you know what I mean? Is telling you that you're going to do it wrong if you don't do it 5 days in a row. That's just in your head, not in this group. We're going to celebrate you for checking in every day, for being true to yourself, and for making this journey your journey. There's Suzanne. There she is, girl. She got her camera to work.
You talked long enough. I was able to get the camera back on.
So do you know what? That's perfect, Suzanne. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call on Suzanne, which is totally out of her comfort zone, but I'm stretching her because she just had amazing results. Suzanne, I'm just going to ask you a little bit about this. So you tried the first time around, and it didn't go as you planned. So you got your poop in a scoop, and you drew a line in the sand, and you just finished your first complete round with the To Be Mindset Nutrition Program. Can you tell us a little bit about, you know, your mindset compared to the first time you tried to the second time, and how you felt about finishing today?
Yeah, it was huge. The first time I actually got to week 7, day 2. So I almost finished the program, but then I got sick. My mind wasn't in it the whole time anyway. My nutrition wasn't doing the greatest and stuff like that. So I said, you know what? I don't want to finish these 8 weeks knowing that I didn't give it my all. So I sent a message to Danielle and I said, you know what? March 2nd, you're starting a new round. I'm starting a new round, fresh, going back to my To Be mindset, doing my tracking and stuff like that. And in those 8 weeks, I stayed beyond committed. I don't think I've ever followed a program that well. There was a couple of days where I didn't stay within the 5 days because those 5 days worked fine for me, and then the 2 days rest. But then if I skipped one day and took it as a unexpected rest day, I made sure the next day I went right back into it. I followed the To Be mindset pretty much to a T. There was a few days where I strayed, but right back on it again. And in those 8 weeks, I lost 7.75 inches and 12.4 pounds.
And I mean, your pictures, as impressive as those numbers are, your pictures say a whole different, like I'm looking at her back going, oh, I want my back to look like Suzanne's. I'm like, whoa. And she wore the exact same clothes and the exact same point of her house where she took those pictures. And that makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, it's an amazing program. Like, I've got neck issues, I've got back issues. Don't be afraid to modify, because my results were not by jumping and doing the high intense stuff. I followed the modifier and the midline for most of the time. I live in an apartment. I don't want to be jumping and annoying the neighbors down below. Like, but you can still get results. Just be consistent and keep your nutrition on track, because like Danielle said, 80% of it is nutrition.
Absolutely. And like, it's so good that we're still like, this just lines up. I never planned it this way. It just lines up with the app starting and To Be Mindset starting another 8 weeks tomorrow. And this, and which is so great. I just love that you mentioned that you weren't doing the high impact stuff either.
Yeah, I don't need to do it. And clearly I don't. If I can get these results with not doing the high impact, I'm still sweating. I'm still burning calories. I'm still getting results. So
absolutely. And
I don't need to be elite.
No, and I'm a cardio queen. Like, I want to jump and sweat. And you know what? It's sometimes harder not to.
Yeah.
So if I was right, like I was, oh my gosh, if I have to go down in a plie one more time, I just can't hold the squat anymore. And then she's like, or you can do the high impact and you're jumping and you're bouncing. And I'm like, Well, that's easier because it's more of this and less of this.
Yeah.
This. Do you know what I mean? So, and it's so funny because I love how you said that. I finished round week 8. Actually, I finished it for the 3rd time because I did the last 4 weeks and the last 4 weeks for my 2nd round because I when I started back for my 2nd round on week 1, it was a little bit less than I wanted. I wanted a little bit more intense, so I did, the last 4 weeks and the last 4 weeks. So I actually did that week 8 3 times already. And it wasn't until the 3rd time I did the week 8 that I could even get into that bear pose and put my Lego to the side. I couldn't even get into the bear. I remember doing a video in our group the first time around being like, it's okay. I'm the coach. I consider myself really, really fit and active, and I can't even get my knees off the ground. I'm 2 knees down, 2 hands down, do your thing, you be true to you. And it's amazing how you're going to progress from week to week to week to week, right? Do you want to touch on that, Adriana, about like the progression and how the program does get harder, but we get stronger?
Yeah, so for me, I'm actually, like, I did dance for 10 and a half years, and I modify the modifier. So I actually have no cartilage in my knee, and it faces a different direction. So my muscle and my nerves actually get pinched. Sucks, but my opinion is, like, as Danielle said, like, I move things around. You never repeat the same workout. That was like my biggest thing. I hate that about workouts. I don't know how many programs I stopped because of that, but it's always changing. It's not like, it's fluid. So like your warm up goes straight into the workout, which was always nice. Like they're changing things, they're adding things. They'll start off slow and then change. Like as I said, there's things that I modify the modifier. I'm in week 5. I did dance for 10 and a half years. But they always add, so like I don't do weights. Like I love weights. I love lifting, but I have a recent shoulder injury, so I'm not allowed to lift. So I decided that I was just going to do this program weight free, at least the first round. And by 4 weeks, I already lost over 6 inches. So it's not something that you need to do even the middle line. You can modify as much as you need and you're still going to get those results. You know what I mean? I did ballet for 10 years and I still yell. So.
Oh, I've never said so many curse words in my life. And I'm saying this because I'm trying to prepare you guys so you don't give up on yourselves. So that I like to scare people so they know what they're in for. I'm like, you can't get away from me. I've already got you in the group. I will haunt you. But that's the thing, is like, she is going to challenge you. I say that Elise is like a trainer, a best friend, and a therapist all in one in this program. And especially going through some of these troubling times that we're going through, some of the girls who were in round 2, they were like, it's crazy because we did it the first time and her words meant something that time. And then these same words that she's saying to us all of a sudden pour into the situation that's going on in the world right now, which is crazy because she's just overall motivational and fills your cup at that time where you're just about to give up, right? Where you're just about to give up. Sue, I'd love to hear from you. You're going on round 3.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start round 3 and I love it. I just find her really relatable. Everything she says I love, and I love all the girls that do the workouts, and I love how she will do, like, she'll do the workout with the modifier and then she'll go to the intense. And I just love the way she is, and when I'm doing it, I don't know, it just seems like it brings a peace over me. And a lot of times when I start a workout, I'll get about halfway through and I'll think, I got 60 more days of this. I got 60 more days of this. And this one, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm going back around again. And I have no dance experience. I did not take figure skating. I have no groove. I am not coordinated. And even though that there's some, kind of dance in it, I look terrible doing it, but I'm still comfortable enough to be able to do it. And I just really enjoy the workout, and I don't know what else to say, just that it's I just find it so uplifting. So yeah.
Absolutely. And
I
these cards are
I have
everything.
a lot of shoulder and neck pain, so I can't even use the weights a lot of times. So, but I can see a huge difference in my arms. I'll have to share a picture of that. And I love her motivational cards. They are
Those cards.
yeah. Do you have yours there?
I do. And listen, guys, these are my 1 pound weights and my 2 pound weights. I picked up a 3 pound weight
No,
maybe once
no, can't even.
and put it back down.
Yep.
Anytime I picked up a 3 pound weight, because my ego was like, I can do this. I can do this. I was like, it was so much, too much, that I had to put the weights down altogether. I couldn't even go back down to my 2s or my 1s. I was like, I overdid it. My husband, my big burly husband, starts off every workout with 5 pound weights. Then he goes to his 3s. And then I look over, he's empty handed doing it. And he's like, I'm like, yup. He goes, she's killing me. I'm like, I know. He says,
I did the first 2 phases just with the 1 pound weights this time. And then when I started phase 3, I decided to try the 2 pounds. And sometimes I had to go back to the 1 pounds, but there's no shame in it. You do what you got to do for you.
Exactly. And these 1 pound weights, like these ones are actually bigger ones than my neoprene ones. I tease because they look like the size of Super Plus tampons in my hands. My hands are super tiny. Like I have tiny hands and tiny feet and tiny boobs. Everything else is big. Do you know what I mean? This is including my mouth. But these are 1 pounders and they are killer. And listen, I say that, and this is not to brag. I'm telling you, I came from a program where I was overhead pressing in each hand 20-pound dumbbells. I'm strong. And these 1 and 2 pound weights were more than enough to get through this workout. And like you said, like Sue said, the change in her arms and toning, it's just unbelievable. It's like nothing else I've ever done up to this point of my 13 years of exercise, including when I was in dancing. I was more of a tap. I took ballet, but I was more of a tap and jazz girl. I did my ballet for my exam, but it wasn't my favorite. Yeah, but this is totally going to change your life.
You do the 5s.
Come here, tell them. I just told them. What did you just say?
I said I couldn't do the 5s.
I couldn't do the 5s.
No.
Yeah.
Half the time I was using 3s. Hi.
Yeah.
And you're right. 5s were my max.
Yeah. Yeah. And what do you usually like press? Like what could you like what do you do a bicep curl with? A 20?
25.
25s. He does 25 pounds in each hand for a bicep curl, and he couldn't do 5 pounds.
I like the time under tension of the holding.
Constantly under tension.
Constantly under tension.
Constantly. You couldn't hold
Yeah.
your arm.
And so you have to know that going in, so that the reason I'm saying all these things is that so you're totally prepared to feel this way, because it's like nothing else you're going to do, and you're going to love it. You're going to love it. And
If you don't have Epsom salts, you need to get a big bottle.
yes, you do. Yes, you do. Costco is the best place for Epsom salts. Shoppers Drug Mart has one. Suzanne, I'm glad you said that, because if you don't take recovery shake, I talked to you about the lactic acid buildup in our muscles. So continuing by exercising the next day will flush lactic acid out. So a lot of times we want to not do anything because we're sore, but actually that's the worst thing we can do. We have to continue to move, whether it's a walk or whether it's do another bar blend workout. Soaking in Epsom salts, and not just sprinkling it. It needs to be like 1 to 2 cups. It's a fair amount of Epsom salts in your bath is really, really important, as well as eating good food and drinking lots of water, right? And if you have that recovery shake, it's even better. Do you know what I mean? But those are all different ways to flush lactic acid out of your body so that you're ready to go the next day.
And that foam roller too.
Love
She's
it.
even got that 10-minute foam rolling thing.
She has a 10-minute, the 10-minute or the 15-minute one, that's my favorite. I think it's the 10-minute yoga she has. It's my favorite. It just stretches all your lower body in 10 minutes. And like the girls were saying, she just is so soothing and so sweet, and like, and her story is amazing. And she poured herself into this program. I should actually post that in our group. I will. Her story about who she is, her, not being able to have children, and finally getting this call from Beachbody to do this program at the time where like her, I don't know, second or third fertility treatment failed. And she went into this as if this was her baby. Barre Blend was going to be her baby. And it gave her a new passion in life, and she poured herself into it. And you can feel that in every workout. But yeah, these are amazing. I even ordered another deck because I want to give some to my neighbor. Because I just want everybody in my life to have this deck of cards. And I'm gonna start pinning them on the empty side of my fridge, because they're all beautiful. Like, look, I'm confident. Like they just fill my heart every day. Whether you're doing this program or another program, it doesn't matter. They're just amazing. I'm trying to find my favorite one. My sister-in-law asked me to send it to her, but I didn't yet. But yeah, they're just so beautiful. It all works together. Now, Sandra, as somebody who hasn't done the program yet, and we're scaring the bejesus out of you, because I'm going to put this recording in the group. Do you have any questions or like shit? There you go.
It's really not my kind of thing. It's not what I wanted to do at all, but I think I should try it. Because
I was the same though, Sandra. I was the absolute same. I didn't want to do a ballet program, but I friggin' love it.
So I still have 1 week of Lift 4, so I don't know if I can start it with it because that's very tiring.
No, you should.
Wait until next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We'll have this up for more than 8 weeks, because sometimes it takes people more than 8 weeks to do it.
Okay. Because unlike you with my hands, they've been getting really sore after I do the heavy weightlifting. Really, really painful.
Yeah, just the grip strength on my little hands,
and my hands were doing a lot better, but the last 3 weeks, wow, they've been getting really sore. And what you said about healing your body, I think I need to do it. Yeah, absolutely. And I felt the same way. It was actually, when I tried it the first time, I was in Arizona, and we're at a leadership convention for Beachbody. And it said Elise, and I knew who Elise was. And I knew this Barre Blend program was coming out, but I mean, we were in bereavement from my mother-in-law and issues with our landlords, and our place was falling apart. Anyway, so I was just in a fog. And for some reason, I thought it was Megan, the new program that's coming out in the summer. I thought it was Megan. And
So they said Megan and then Shift Shop. Well, I was like, well, I'm doing Shift Shop right now. Like I'm in the middle of it. So I get to work out with Amolia Caesar live and yada, yada, yada. So we always sneak in for the two of them. I'm the queen of don't ask for permission, beg for forgiveness. So I went to both of them and I snuck my husband in, and I would just pretend I was getting water when they were changing the workouts. And if you pretend that you're supposed to be there, nobody asks any questions. So then I would set up and do the next program. And then Elise came out and I was like, oh, right, that's Elise. Why did I think it was Megan, the other trainer? And then I was like, well, this is going to be a walk in the park. I'm glad I got my workout in with Amola Caesar first, right? Me and Mick were like, well, this will be a good stretch. Total ego, right? Total ego. The two of us, they have pictures of us holding on to each other. Mick looked at me. He went, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish. I'm like,
And you were sweating buckets.
Buckets.
I seen the picture. Buckets.
And so I went up to her afterwards, got my picture taken with her. And I was like, holy crap on a cracker. She was like, you rocked it. Oh my gosh, you did so good. And I was like, oh my gosh. I couldn't even believe it. Joel and Amola Caesar were in the back doing it as well. They came up front. They were like, we are humbled. And I said, Mick was like, that's probably the hardest thing I've ever did. And so I came back, and actually I had a call, and Suzanne was on the call, that I was telling them, girls, you're going to want to do this. And Suzanne was like, not my thing. I don't think I'm going to. And she was like, really? I don't know. And I'm like, me too. I was like, I don't want to do this. This isn't something I want to do. Like, I like more of a boot camp sort of, like, I like Joel Freeman. And
Well, we were just doing MM 100.
we were coming out of MM 100.
Yeah.
And everybody gave it a try because we all felt the same way, Sandra. And I'm sure a lot of the girls who are watching this video, exactly what Sandra said, they're exactly what's going through their head too, right? And it was like nothing else we've ever done. So that's why I kind of really wanted to connect with you guys and just kind of do this call. I'd like to kind of connect in a couple of weeks, at least halfway through, so that we can kind of regroup again, see where we are, and see if anybody has any other questions. But yeah, I'm just really excited for everybody to give it a go.
When the sample workout came out, me and a couple of the girls, Jessica and Victoria and Amy and my sister, we all got together and did it, and we were all like, we were doing that, and it was, my ass is gonna fall off.
Yeah, the rainbow. Yeah.
Why are we torturing ourselves?
Uh-huh.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing this. I am so doing this.
It's worth it for the butt lift.
Oh, and I have no ass. None. So I need any help I can get.
I have lots of ass, and it went from down here to up here. Yeah. So that's why I won't, like I'm 43 years old. So if I stop doing Barre Blend, it's only going to go back down. I mean, there's one way it goes. We're over the age of 25, right? So that's why I'm Barre Blend forever. I'm Barre Blend girl forever, right? I love it. But not only that, the strength in my back, in my arms, my ass. There's like she says at one point, where are you not feeling this? Maybe that little space between your eyebrows. And I'm like, no, that's even scrunched up too. So I know I'm not here to scare everybody. I'm here to prepare you guys so that you don't give up on yourself, because we all felt these things. We all had these questions. We all had this, are you serious? This is what I'm lifting for 8 weeks. Excuse me, we had all of the same. I was so skeptical. I was just so skeptical. So know that you're not alone. Lean into the group. Okay, lean into the group. People who I see have the most success with this program are people who check into the group on a regular basis. It's true. It takes 5 seconds. Like I always tell my husband, it takes 5 seconds to put that garbage from the counter over there to the garbage can. I didn't have time. Yes, you do. You have time to check into the group. You have time to check into the group, okay? Because it means everything. Anybody else want to say anything or any more questions about the program before we get started? Go for it, Sue.
When I started it, I had 2 pound and 3 pound weights, and I thought, oh yeah, I can totally nail this. And I didn't even get through the full workout, and I'm like, I need 1 pound weight. Mm-hmm. And so I had said that to one of the girls, and in comes Victoria with 2 purple 1 pound weights, and you pick them up and you're like, this is a joke. Yeah, you get holding that, and it's not a joke. So yeah, you definitely need to start with the 1 pound.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go brave.
Agreed.
Super Plus tampons.
I got them too.
They're awesome. I'm telling you, they really are. And even going in my 3rd round, where some of the amplifiers are having the 2 pound weights in one arm. Nope, not for this girl. I'm lucky to keep it up there for the whole entire time. So like I said again, I just want to let you guys know so that when you experience these things, you're like, oh, this is what they're talking about. This is normal. I'm not weak. This is not the wrong program for me. You are doing it properly. I have so much admiration for those girls in the video because they are crushing it. And you'll see their legs are going like this. Like they're just cursing behind their eyes going, could you please take the camera off me right now?
When I saw her legs shaking, I didn't know if it was on purpose or if it was the workout.
The blonde girl.
Yeah, her leg is just a diddling.
Mm-hmm. Yep, time under tension. It is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. But it's so funny. And like Adriana mentioned her knee injuries. And I have had some people who starting this maybe hadn't done a workout in a very long time or had a lot of weight to lose and had questions about knee tenderness. And so what I said to them is form is everything, because they didn't have an injury like Adriana or myself. So in that case, I advise them to take a mirror, a full-size mirror, and put it in front of their workout area so that they can make sure their form is good. It might feel okay, but when you can see, where your knees are, if they're too far over your toes or there's too much pressure going into your knees and not enough into your heels, you can see that in a mirror because form is everything. So that's also something to make sure that you have, especially if you're starting, is work out in front of a mirror or a reflection. Go ahead, Adriana.
I was gonna say, because like I work out in my living room, I have an apartment, so there is no mirror. I actually set my phone up and record myself so I can look back at it. It also is nice, like it helps with accountability. So like I post it on my social media, but it works really well. And like if you're not sure, you can always send it to your coach and they can like comment too and see if like if you're not picking it out, but you're like, hey, I'm feeling it in my knees. They can say like, oh, when you're doing this move, try this instead. It works so well. Like I do all this stuff. Like the biggest thing is like being true to you. So like don't post saying that you had an amazing nutrition day and you killed that workout if you got halfway through. Like you have to like acknowledge what you did well and what you didn't. Like I'm a very type A person, like extreme. I spent 7 years in the military, type A like personality. So like that's kind of, there are issues with that for me, but you'll learn, and like the group makes it so much better. And like you'll notice like when you are truthful and like you explain and like you say things, like no one's gonna bash you for it. Everyone's gonna support you. Everyone's gonna even give you tricks. Like for me, my biggest thing for nutrition is like I'm kind of opposite than a lot of people. I don't eat, so I have trouble fitting meals in. Like my days are 8 a.m. to like 2 a.m. and I have trouble fitting 3 meals in. So I'm a little opposite, but like I've posted in groups, I've posted in the Barre group and everything for hints, and they will support you 100%.
I love that. So important. So important. Okay, I love that. Thanks for sharing, guys. I really appreciate that. Really, really. I think this is going to be very helpful for anybody who's watching the recording. That being said, it's 7:30 and I have, okay, Zoom room helped so much. Oh yeah, exactly. And the Zoom room. So anybody who does want to be a part of the Zoom room in the mornings, basically it's just Zoom like this, but it's a different link. I'll post the link. You hop on, you mute yourself, you can show us your video or not, but it's knowing that some girls are working their business. I saw somebody the other day putting braids in their daughter's hair. Some people are making breakfast. Some people are doing their workout, but it's a really great, it's usually between 9 and 11 our time, 8 and 10 Eastern. It's a great way, like gets my ass out of bed. Like I'm up, I'm working from bed and I'm like, okay, I have to go get my workout done. It's 9 o'clock. The girls are in the Zoom room and I go and I show up. Do you know what I mean? So if you have that piece of accountability that you need a little extra, know that that is there as well.
I was going to say there's also the night one still. So I'll send Danielle that link so she can send it in. It's from 6 p.m. Eastern Standard till 9. So depending on where you guys are, I'll post that. I'll send Danielle a link. That way you guys can have that too.
Thank you. That's awesome. I'll probably see if I can upload it in some sort of file in the file section of the group. And then both of the Zoom links will be there. Okay, guys, I have another call in a half hour. I need to let this one load up. So I'm going to say goodbye and we'll see you all there tomorrow. And Sandra crushed that last week of Lift 4, girl.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay. And you can post your Lift 4 workouts in our Barre Blend group. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah. We won't kick you out. Talk to you later, guys.